We're almost at 1.9 thousand.
I know. We're almost at 2K, ladies.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I bet you we'll be there in a week or two.
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin.
Fingers crossed.
No, ma'am. We are about to record. I need you to lay down in your bed and stop it.
Oof. Lay down the law. You heard it, Pumpkin.
And don't look at me with the slow blinks, because that ain't going to help you.
I love you, though.
You little bitch.
Do you feel like they've got like a human face sometimes?
Yes.
Where they
Mhm.
like really see how disappointed they are in you?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. What? What do you want? Oh my God, come here. Come. Do you want me to hold you? Is that what it is? No. I'm holding you. I don't care what you think. You're going to sit right here. We're going to do the podcast together, okay? We're going to do the podcast together. Stop it.
Sally's got her buddy.
She's not really a buddy. She's a pain in the ass is what she is.
She's your secretary.
Well, she sucks at her job. Okay, we're in episode, 48?
Yes.
Oh my God, we're almost at 50.
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty then. All right, so I guess do the intro so we can get started.
Good stuff. Hello and welcome to the broadcast. This is episode 48. Welcome. Hello. If you're new here, please, sub because we like that. We're almost at 2K, so keep going.
Yeah, we're less than 200 away to 2K.
Yeah, we love that, and just keep going. We do like that. So with me is Xylie Star.
Hi, what's up?
And also we have Bunny.
Hello.
And I am Eva. And today we are watching Mr. Mutahar doing his aftermath.
Mutahar. You have to say it like Spencer.
Or
Mutahar. Or Mute. I can't even do it like Keemstar. How does Keemstar say it? Muta. I have no idea how he says it. It's amazing to me how Keemstar is friends with Mutahar and he can't even say the damn name.
It doesn't surprise me, actually.
Oh my God, bro.
You know how illiterate he is with, tweets and stuff anyway. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh,
yeah, so this is the aftermath of the MamaMax situation where we are talking a little bit about, I'm guessing, the lawsuits. Is that correct? He
actually talks about some good stuff in here, stuff that I didn't even notice. That's why I wanted to go over the video, and plus this is gonna be coming out around the time that Nick's video is coming out too, and for people who didn't see it, I think it'd be a good thing for people to watch.
Yeah, sweet. Well, before we get into it, how are you guys going?
I'm doing good. Had a little spat with Matt's girlfriend Lab on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to the episode that came out on Now Recording. Make sure you go watch the episode. Actually, I'm going to be honest. The actual episode itself was really fun to do. And it was really fun to, it was fun to listen to. It really was. Did either one of you watch it?
Not yet.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Did you? Okay, Jessica and I, we were kind of doing our thing, and the boys, they're simps. That's all.
Yeah, they were simping
Of
so
all
hard.
people, I'm sorry, I have to say this. I'm sorry. Sidebar, people, my ADHD has now kicked in, okay? Beavers had the caucasity. Yes.
Oh.
He had the caucasity to say, I can't believe you call yourself a feminist and you're tearing a woman down. Beavers. The way you talk about women, and you had the caucasity to tell me you can't believe I am tearing down a woman. I believe in equality. I'm going to say it just like I said on the podcast.
Yeah,
I believe in equality. Equal opportunity. A woman can get it just like a man. Just saying.
Yeah, Beavers hasn't got a leg to stand on, but
Ha! Neither does Matt.
yeah. So other than that, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sweet. How about you, Bunny?
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing going on. I'm just here.
I think a lot of people really want to know the updates for your mum's Facebook cat group thing that's happening.
Oh,
Is there any
yeah.
updates to that?
Yeah, oh, she ended up blocking all of them. She was like, "These people are crazy," and she just blocked them all. And that
Praise
was the end
God.
of that. And
She
I was
got
like,
out of the
yeah,
cult.
that was the best way to go about it, mommy. Like there
What,
was
so
no
she-
helping any of those people.
So she no longer has a cat profile, and that's all deleted. And
No,
she's
she
leaving
has the
everybody,
cat
or-
profile. She just blocked like all the other cat profiles. She was like, "These people are so weird." She was like, "I'm just gonna keep to myself and not be in their weird drama." And I was like, "Yeah." She realizes now in hindsight that these people were very insane. Like they were actually like pretending to be their cats. My mom thought it was just a cute little game like all the cat people were doing. No.
Oh my god.
So
That is-
basically, Mama Bunny got out of the cat cult.
Yes.
Thank God.
that was
goodness.
that was some extreme role play. That was
Yeah.
insane to hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
poor Mama Bunny. Bless her heart.
I know. She's so
Yeah.
innocent and precious.
So yeah, well, I guess myself, I've been just plodding along, really, editing, doing stuff. I've had a couple of interviews for a position that I'm really excited for. I'm not going to say what it is out of privacy and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I'm really excited for this job, and you might be able to hear
Yeah.
some stories from it if I get it. But
Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm like super excited. I've got an interview tomorrow.
Nice.
Which is like the 5th round through, so it's been an excruciating process. So I've had to do like a
Oh, you
typing
got it.
thing and like a psychology thing, and
Okay,
just-
at this point,
yeah.
you better get the damn job. That's all I'm
I
saying.
Yeah.
know, right? Yeah. And we went down there for a group interview like a few days ago, and like so
Okay.
yeah, it's a massive process. So I'm really hoping I'm freaking getting it by this stage, because holy crap, what a what a ride.
Well,
But,
I tell you what,
yeah.
if we have to end up changing things around because of this job, I mean, we'll do it. I mean, that's no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, I hope that's all right, because
Yeah, of
Mama
course.
needs some money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like real life. I mean, we can't, obviously we would move things
Yeah.
around. I mean, come on now.
Sweet. All right. Well,
It's not like we have 6 co-hosts,
No.
Just saying. It's not like we have 6 co-hosts where we can just throw
No.
3 and go, okay, let's go. No, we can't do that. Hello.
Yep.
But the thing is, even if there's 2, like you can still hold it on your own, which I think is amazing. So that's well done.
Oh, I have good news.
Oh, yeah.
I am now at 9,100 on the channel.
Oh, heck yeah.
Hey. And how's
That's
your
awesome.
Rumble as well? Your Rumble's up there.
You know what? Bo Blacks can kiss my grits, okay? Because I put it out on Twitter about, I've called myself Xylie over 9K, for those of
Yeah.
you who get the reference. And,
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
And,
Yeah.
and what is blessed little Bobby does? He goes and takes a screenshot of my Rumble with 12K and go, I'm glad to see that creators from Rumble can thrive on YouTube. I'm surprised they haven't kicked you off of YouTube because of your political takes. Like,
Oh my
bro,
god.
really, really, Bobby, really.
That's
Funny.
hilarious.
He's such a little, you know what, we're too early in the video. He's such a little poopy head, okay? God bless it.
That's one way to put it. All right. Well, let's get into this, guys. So
Yeah.
the aftermath of the MamaMax situation. You ready?
Yes, I am ready. And again, I just want to say this
Ready.
was really good because we actually learned some stuff that I personally did not know. So,
Yep. Sweet. Good
All
to.
right.
I'm ready to learn.
hell yeah.
Let's go.
All right. And let's do it.
Me, Mutahar, and it's been 7 days since I covered a pretty wild story on YouTube, one that involved another content creator known as MamaMax. Now, since then, it's been quite an explosive, trending topic, with multiple videos coming out on the daily, many even from channels that I am very good friends with, channels like
FYI, you type in MamaMax, you do not get his channel.
No, you get everyone covering it.
Yes! it was, remember how it was like that with Creepshow?
Yes.
It was the same exact way with Creepshow when all her crap was going down. You had to literally type in Creepshow channel or Creepshow art channel. That's what you have to do to MamaMax to get the channel. You type in MamaMax channel and then you'll get his channel.
That is so funny.
Crazy.
Oompaville, Noxtaku. A lot of content creators, even some that I've worked with on this project, have made follow-up pieces regarding the situation. Now, for those of you who don't know and haven't watched the previous video that I made, this is a story about how a YouTube content creator known as MamaMax, who is typically known for his very artsy YouTube projects, has actually been known very recently for producing content where he hunts questionable people on the internet and apparently brings them to justice. It's come out that none of his actual investigations appear to have any form of reality to them, and some of the people that he claims to have arrested have never actually been arrested. This is a situation where a content creator partakes in...
Because he's role-playing.
Yeah.
He's LARPing.
He's definitely being a big laugher. Oh my god. It's like he's now like the main character in his films, as he says they are.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I will say, with Nick's follow-up video, I saw a piece of it, and it's actually kind of... I didn't realize how much of a LARP it was until Nick showed me what he found. And I was like, wow. So, yeah, that I feel like that follow-up video is going to be pretty dang good.
Looking forward to that. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Taking down some of the most evil people in society. And unfortunately, those evil people, whether it be for this person's content and their sake for entertainment value, none of this stuff appears to be real. And the people behind this that we thought were arrested, for the longest time, I gave the benefit of the doubt, weren't actually gone arrested. So I wanted to follow up on this situation because a lot of things have happened, okay? So I guess for today's video, we're kind of going to go through piece by piece by piece by piece by piece and call it a day. So another quick summary for anybody who's following this. MamaMax produced a series of videos which have since been removed where he started to cover a vampire werewolf cult, okay? Now, when he produced his vampire werewolf cult, it was basically encompassed in a group of videos where he talked about artificial intelligence, misinformation, cult dynamics, how influencers like me and your favorite content creator are actually cult leaders in of themselves, or at least exhibit cult leader-like mentalities.
Wait.
He's pointing the finger at her. This is like a Spider-Man meme. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I just thought of this. We never came up with the name of our cult.
Oh, yeah. We put suggestions out there. I don't think anyone put any suggestions in the actual
I don't think so
comments
either. Listen, can
Wow.
y'all please get a name for our cult? We want a name for our cult. What is going on, guys? Put it down below. What the hell?
Yeah,
All right,
put it in comments. Do it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, at the end of this, he pinned some very serious allegations on a private individual known as Cade, and he alleged that this person was a human trafficker, violent sex cult leader, and a werewolf cult leader at that, and effectively there were hundreds upon hundreds of minors that were victimized. Unfortunately, this whole situation blew up in Max's face because he failed to provide adequate evidence and instead decided that he was going to pressure a lot of his former friends like me and other content creators into pushing this topic
Okay, so hey Muta, I hope you've been well. I don't want to bother, but I thought you might appreciate a heads up in an upcoming project of mine. I'm on the verge of releasing a video for Halloween that is likely to generate significant drama. While it may be deemed controversial, the intent behind it is for charity. You know, him saying for charity, that kind of makes me think of what Tommy said, that it's charity fraud.
Yeah.
This video is designed to be a trap for reaction channels. Knowing your integrity and quality of your content, I would hate for you to be caught off guard. At the same time, we would be honored if you would consider covering it in thoughtful manner. To facilitate a deeper discussion, may I include you in the group chat? Okay, so that's about the group chat. Woo! Well, we reacted to it, that's for sure.
Probably not the reaction he was looking for, but you know, whose trap was it now, bitch?
Yeah, I mean, we did react to it.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
to the average audience and basically signing on these allegations with him. Now, after extensive research from everyone's end, it turns out that the situation is not as hard-hitting, at least as Max has presented so far. Since then, tons of people have gotten involved, entire leaks have occurred, and this situation so far remains unresolved. Now, Max has done one thing that I can actually respect in the situation, which is staying completely quiet, and at least for now, and making sure that law enforcement is getting involved in the situation of him basically leading the charge on hunting down who he believes to
I like how he put, despite the damage being done on the bottom. That was amazing.
be a bad individual should face some police justice. And whether justice will be faced, whether Max has tainted this case beyond belief, is yet to basically be known, all right? But this is the kind of situation that we're actually sitting at. It's a wild, wild situation, but again, that's a quick summarization of it. If you want to know more, you can watch my video, you can watch Nicholas Diorio's video, you can watch videos from Oompaville, who has covered this topic as well. But again, let's go into a few more things. Since then, Max actually made a video where he responded on privately with his Patreon, where again, he quadrupled, octupled down onto the situation and claimed that powerful forces were shutting him down. Now, I don't know how powerful of a force I am, but no one is claiming to shut Max down. If anything, his channel is still active, but he has since removed those allegation videos regarding this vampire situation.
Did you see Mutahar's face when he was talking about that?
Yeah.
You can tell that Mutahar is literally over it. He is over it with Max. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. That was his friend.
Yeah, and then he found out he was just a paycheck to him.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, that's gotta be a shitty feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh, it's gross.
The only thing, as far as my recording right now, is him keeping a few shorts still up. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, may I remind you, when you're alleging serious claims against somebody, especially if they're private, before you catch a massive defamation lawsuit on your hand, or worse, ruin an actual case where there could have been some really nefarious things going on, you gotta make sure the evidence you present is solid, corroborative, and paints a proper story. Max failed to do any of that. And because of this, because of his public persona, he's dragged a lot of private individuals into the public eye, and this is entirely his fault. Now, since then, there have been a few things that have come out that I wanted to address. For instance, this post I saw, which shortly after the video that I produced had come out, where Max, in a private evidence Discord server, which has since, from my understanding, been deleted because it was leaked by Max failing to have proper OPSEC and letting anybody jump in by socially engineering themselves. In this, he types, at everyone, Spencer and I, Spencer being his lead.
Oh, God, this post ticks me off so bad.
So much.
You remember when that hit on Twitter? It's almost, it kind of felt like Twitter stopped for a moment, at least in the community. Like, bro, what? What? Oh, my God.
What a money grab.
Vampire
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
or sex cult case, are considering a class action lawsuit against Mutahar for breaching our non-disclosure agreement, inciting harassment on live streams, defamation, and causing emotional distress. He's extremely rich, so the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages to be distributed between all of you. Now, when I first read this, most people would think that I would do the laugh like, but I did not laugh. This is a former friend of mine, and honestly, this is probably one of the most painful things for me to read, because this is somebody that I sat down, had a drink with, had a talk to, gave a heart-to-heart to, and now, within 24 hours, I basically realized that this person wants to effectively sue me for a large chunk of money, okay? An obscene amount of money. Why? Because to me, all this appears is all I ever was to this man was an extremely rich friend who had enough social media clout for him to piggyback his stupid case off of. This, to me, is quite possibly one of the worst, like, internet betrayals I ever had, and if anything...
Oh, wait. I need you to hear this part.
It's the one thing that has pushed me severely away from everybody on YouTube in the last week or two. I really feel like I have no friends on this platform.
Oh,
that's so sad.
That's very sad.
That's horrible. Far out. Yeah, Max has just ruined everything, honestly. Like,
and I can't blame Mutahar for feeling that way.
No.
Yeah.
No, you can't. You would feel so backstabbed and in disbelief that this is what someone you thought who was a friend and who you were trying to be a friend to is going to do to you behind your back. And then seeing that without any like conversation or like, trying to rectify the situation, you just went straight to the money, straight to let's sue him, let's take him to what he's got. That's despicable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross. It's really, it's bad enough when internet friendships end, okay? That happens all the time. Internet friendships end all the time, okay? It's very rare that you can find those few people that friendships can last years, But, he met this guy IRL. He hung out with him. He partied with him. He had deep talks with him, went to dinner with him. Like, they actually had a real friendship. And to see this guy talking about, he has a lot of money, we can sue him.
Sick.
I don't blame Mutahar for feeling like he was used the whole time. Now he has to question every time he hung out with them, was he just hanging out with me because I'm Mutahar, because I have this many subscribers, or I have this much money, or because I'm this successful?
Yeah, it's just sad that now he has to think that about everybody he's ever hung out with that
Yeah.
have been online or that
Yeah.
his friends are online.
Yeah.
So now he doesn't know if someone would turn around and do this to him again or not.
Yeah.
And that's just so sad because like that like there's people out there that's actually like, rooting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really, really good friends. Now he has to second guess that.
Yeah. And you can't blame him for doing that.
No.
Poor Dojangles, right? His fiance wife. Poor Dojangles, she's like, girl, can I please have 1 month where somebody is not trying to sue my man? Or not talking about suing my man?
That's sad.
I mean, it's just like, come on, bro. This is what happens when you get successful. You find out who your friend. You eventually find out who your friends are and who they aren't.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a sucky situation. I feel for him.
I know that's dramatic of me to say, but reading this kind of stuff is just incredibly painful. You have to be in this personal situation to see this. Now, when I read this, I actually did confer with my lawyers, and what's funny is when we talk about the non-disclosure agreement, there was no like solid non-disclosure agreement, at least one that was notarized by legal parties. So my lawyer said that I have really nothing to worry about. And when it comes to inciting harassment, defamation, and causing emotional distress, I would say that I have been very cordial, nice as I can be, reasonably in a situation like this. Now, one of the other things my lawyers at least relayed to me is reading the word "he's extremely rich," so the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages, is quite possibly one of the biggest mistakes you can make when actually threatening litigation. Because this is what a court will look at and say, this is why you're actually hitting them, because you just want...
Bingo!
Yeah, got him, nailed him.
Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's just another example of Max not knowing how anything works.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You are 100% correct. It's okay. Listen, for all you people out there, now granted, our audience is really smart. Okay, so I don't expect y'all to be this dumb. All right, but just know this: I don't care what Discord you're in. Just know that anything you type in a Discord or in a DM may get shown to other people, if not the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always keep that in the back of your mind. So,
There's
just
always
saying.
something like, you have to say to yourself, would my grandma approve of this before you type anything anywhere?
Yeah.
You know what? True. True. Very true. Very true.
on a payday. Now, when you also read the words class action lawsuit, this isn't a class action situation. This is another example of Max utilizing ChatGPT for legal advice when ChatGPT has been known to get dumber, and you can look up the litany of lawyers that have used ChatGPT and been laughed out by judges imaginable. So later on,
Me and my husband, I was telling my husband about that part of it, and he watched Nick's video, of course. You know, I sent him Nick's video going, baby, watch this. This is what I've been going through and, you know, talking about and stuff like that. So he watched this video, and after watching it, and he saw that part about the chat GPT, right? He was like, do you know that lawyers have been laughed out of court? There's been lawyers who have been getting in trouble for using chat GPT. And my husband told me the same thing. It's been known that chat GPT is actually getting dumber and not smarter.
Yeah. Because of all the disinformation and misinformation people are putting out onto the internet, it's grabbing that and then putting it as fact. Like,
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And it's like, you went to school how long to become a lawyer? Like, use your own brain.
Yes.
Your brain is chat GPT. Do that.
Literally. Like, what did you go to school for? Why are you what?
Yeah.
You literally studied this. Why?
Yeah, that's what I don't get. Your brain should know the answer.
Exactly.
it says all you would have to do is testify against him, particularly regarding his actions, not speaking to any of you about the evidence and the impact his behavior has had on you, which is materially false. I have actually spoken to Spencer and the other victims in this situation, some of them privately, obviously. I don't like to make a public case of something that is ongoing. Spencer has agreed to be the lead plaintiff, and I'll do all of the hard work. How can you have a plaintiff in a class action lawsuit? Wouldn't it be a representative? Again.
Of course she is. Of course. Let me repeat that. Of course she is. She's also the one that's holding the money. She's also the one, the financial officer. Yeah, of course she's plans on being the lead plaintiff.
I
What?
wonder if they think that by making her the lead plaintiff and stuff, like maybe that'll save her for getting in trouble for all the stuff that she's admitted to doing.
Ooh, gee whiz,
Like maybe
Bunny.
that's
I
just what they're
wonder.
thinking.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder because it's real funny. She'll go into details about a bunch of other stuff that makes no biological sense. But my God, she gets real vague when she talks about her part.
Yeah.
I love how he also says that he'll do the hard work. It's like, what?
Like,
what
no,
hard
you
work?
won't,
Yeah.
because everybody does everything for you. How are you going to deal with the hard work? What?
He's like, you know how hard ChatGPT is? Like, I'll handle it.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm also a little smarter than ChatGPT, which just Googles information, I would say. Let us know if you're interested. This could have a huge impact on the case against Kate. Now, when I read this, I was like, what? One of the actual users here said, dude, no, can this stop? Again, even the people on the server, and from everything that I've been told privately, were not okay with any of this. So even Spencer in the situation writes, I think this is important personally. Mutahar has breached terms of the NDA, and his actions have caused...
That was good.
I like that.
Oh no,
that's so
we're
funny.
rewinding. I'm sorry. I'm going back. Hold on. That was amazing that he did that. Holy shit. That was Mutahar. He is so, I love it. I love it when serious
Shady.
guys like him. Yes. I love it when serious guys like him just throw that little bit of shade. Just, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Yeah.
server, and from everything that I've been told privately, we're not okay with any of this. So even Spencer in this situation writes, I think this is important personally. Mutahar has breached terms of the NDA, and his actions have
You can
caused
hear the
cyberstalking
smirk.
and harassment. And this is dangerous. If he doesn't learn, what stops him from doing similar in the future in relation to other cases?
True.
I agree with waiting for blank, though just in case, if it is plausible, Muta should be held accountable. His behavior is disgusting. My behavior on reaching objective truth is in fact disgusting, which I find really disgusting. And of
True.
course, Max,
True.
like a dog following his leader, writes agreed. And of course, Max dangles $1 million.
He said, did you hear that? He said, like a dog following his leader?
Wait a minute.
Did
What
you-
if Spencer's the cult leader?
Oh,
Let's go back. You want to hear that one more time? I'm going to hear that one more time. Hold on.
yeah.
And of course, Max here, like a dog following his leader, writes agreed. And of course, Max
Like a dog following his leader.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a sec. That also said he replied to a voice note. So I don't know if it was directly related to what Spencer actually said, but it might have been more elaborated.
He agreed with, I know he agreed with Spencer.
And of course, Max here, like a dog following his leader, writes agreed.
Chapter C voice.
Yeah, that was, I think I know who that voice note was from. It wasn't from Spencer.
There you go.
And of course,
okay.
Max dangles $1 million payday in front of these bereaved individuals as if it's going to help their case. Yeah, imagine involving survivors in a totally separate legal case that really doesn't have anything to do with them. Do you really want to put people through that kind of trauma? Like, Jesus Christ. Look, and I'll fully go on here. Max has considered that I'm extremely rich. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I'm not like Bill Gates or anything, but considering these are actual like victims and they're going through some serious issues against somebody that they're against, I am at least here to provide whatever financial support I can reasonably give to these victims if they want to pursue any form of legal work that they need, whether it be...
That right there is a
Oh.
good man.
Oh, good on
Yeah.
him.
That right there is a good man because you know what? He can wipe his hands from all of it and walk away because he did his part. He
Yeah.
can wipe
Yeah.
his hands of it and go, you know what? Deal with it on your own. But no, he's actually offering something like that. Good on him. He doesn't have to do
Yeah.
that. He doesn't have to do that at all. So that's
No.
pretty awesome.
And do you know what's funny is that he probably would have offered that up anyway, like if the case was serious enough,
Yeah.
rather than Max going behind his back and
Yeah.
trying to get all that cash from him. Like,
Seriously.
ugh.
Listen, Muta made his mistake. Muta and all the other friends, it's like how I described it in my live stream about it. I feel sorry for the friends because
Yeah.
they didn't watch Max's content. And they were legit his friend in real life, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
said this a million times, like me and Kristen Ark. Kristen Ark is my friend. I don't watch a lot of his content. He is probably, and knowing Chris, he's probably saying a bunch of crap that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch his stuff. But I do know, I have met Chris in real life, and we are friends. You know, and you don't expect somebody to be, I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, Max was scamming his audience because his
Yeah.
audience actually thought that he was catching people. So he has $1,000 Patreons all the way down to $5 Patreons thinking they're helping him catch these bad guys. and he's not. So he has literally been, I hate to say it, but he's been scamming them.
Yeah, there's no other word for it. That is what that is. They thought they were giving him money under false pretenses.
Yes, and his friends thought that he had gotten like the one guy arrested. They never took the time to investigate their friend because, quite honestly, why do you investigate your own friend? You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna take their word for it.
Exactly.
They did the research.
Yeah, because it's your friend. You don't think your friend is going to be lying to you. But what happened? Muta found out he was lying. Muta held his feet to the fire, and Muta also stood up and said, "Hey, I was wrong." He went right on Chud Logic's stream and was like, "You know what? You were right. I was wrong. And you can even call me a retard because that's exactly what I was."
Yeah, he did everything he could to
it threw Chud Logic off because he was like, "Oh, well, I was expecting to give you a little go, but I don't have to. All right." You know?
Yeah.
But that's the way to deal with it. When you're wrong, hey, I was wrong. But I still I can still understand why he fell into being wrong. Because you don't think your friend is going to bullshit you.
No.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I just feel sorry for the friends. I do.
Travel, whether it be to help get a legal thing done, whatever I can provide, I'm there. As offensive as I have seen this, I just want to make it very clear. If there's actual malfeasance that has gone on, I want to be here to do the right thing. And here's the thing about the situation. Neither Max nor I nor anybody on YouTube is a law enforcement professional.
True.
All we can do is provide emotional support, liaison to help these individuals who don't really know the way of the world to start speaking with lawyers and law enforcement agencies. And if at times we can provide financial support reasonably, we can do that, which is about all a YouTuber should do.
Yes.
Max was not actively working with lawyers or cops or anything of that nature. Looking into the situation, I have spoken to actual people.
Max was working with doxers, his own audience to dox people. People, well, I can't get on him about the editing part because a lot of YouTubers have editors, so that's not a big, to me, that part is not a big deal. Okay.
Yeah, but an editor who is a supposed doxer.
I ain't talking about that. But Max is a doxer. That's really what it boils. I don't even call him a YouTuber anymore. He's a doxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like to call him a YouTuber. Or you're just a YouTuber. No, you're a doxer, dude. That's what you are. I mean, period, point blank, period.
People who have a background in law enforcement. And given that there are eyewitness testimonies, and maybe not in, like the insane amounts of evidence that people were like bringing up, because you have, corroborating testimonies, you have similar testimonies, nothing stops Max and these people from getting in front of a police officer or, getting in front of any law enforcement agency and at least requesting some sort of arrest, getting an investigation started.
Right.
But that's a totally different thing. Now, one of the things that ended up actually coming out of the situation that was a little surprising, at least to me, was one of the editors that Max had hired, Angry Slug in this situation, decided to be a
I can't go a video without hearing about this person.
And it's sad because he's getting the attention that he wants. It's so like.
but here's my thing. Now, some people on Twitter, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do all that. But some people on Twitter are like, oh, it's okay to talk about him now, but when I did it, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's my thing. All right. The guy is literally a part of the story now. You kind of have to talk about him as far as the story goes. I even showed his video where he quit, where Slug quit Max's team. All right. I showed his video on my stream. Now, I never thought in a million years I was going to play a Slug video on my stream, but it did have to do with the story. All right.
Yeah.
And that is the only reason why I played that video. Am I friends with him? No. He cannot message me unless he creates a new account on anything because he is blocked everywhere. He's blocked on my YouTube, my Discord, and Twitter. Okay, so I mean, but he's still part of the story, especially what he leaked out and stuff. I mean, of course we showed that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turncoat mercenary and basically leave Max leak out a bunch of things, including a 50-minute recording session where he actually had a piece of Max's video where he was going and ripping on other YouTubers. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is one that I don't really believe the full severity of. I think that Max is playing a character, but what's interesting to me is this clip that you're about to hear.
But I am being the nicest I could be. I could literally cancel you, Charlie. I could literally cancel you, and I choose not to. It's true though. It's the truth. I'm the friggin' pedo hunter. Like,
He is sniffing his own farts.
You know
so
what,
hard
though?
in
Look at
this
his
video.
face. He looks like he doesn't even believe it.
No, he was like, as
Look
soon as
at
he
his
said it, he was
face.
like,
Look
"Oh,
at his
that was
face as soon
cringe."
as he says it. Watch.
it's true, though. It's the truth. Like, I'm the friggin' pedo hunter.
And look how he looks down automatically. It's like he doesn't even believe it.
He's trying to convince himself.
Yeah.
It's true, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Clicking his damn pen. Oh, that irritates me when he's on his live streams doing that.
Just doing my best out here.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Told the survivors I would not let them down.
And let him down he has, because unfortunately this case has been
Did you hear Muda?
No, I was too busy screaming.
Okay, watch.
Told the survivors I would not let them down.
And let him down he has, because unfortunately this case has been made a giant media circus of on the internet, which again
I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong.
should never have been the case. Now, one of this clip that I played to you was literally him mentioning this infamous clip floating around where he's like, I could cancel you, Charlie. Charlie being Moist Critical, Penguin Zero on the internet, very large content creator, very popular, has an absolutely impeccable record on the internet. Now, this is a clip that really bugs me in a lot of ways, even if you had it completely out of context or if it had some attachable humor context to it. Look, at the end of the day, when you say that you can cancel somebody because you are a pedo hunter, yet you have 0 arrests, that literally puts two things into my head. Either you come up with some random BS evidence and basically ruin somebody's life, or you have evidence and you've just been sitting on it waiting for a proper time to cancel somebody. None of this actually appears right. And by actually wearing this pedo hunter badge and chasing people out on the internet, you have to be really careful with the kind of allegations that you make. For Max, his entire persona on the internet is centered around the hyper-violent Hotline Miami aesthetic that he fails to actually understand the deep meaning behind.
I wish he would just make horror movies.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, seriously, I just wish he would just make horror movies. Like, stay over there and just make your make-believe horror movies that make people feel uncomfortable because people like watching stuff like that. Just do that.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just glad he's been quiet this whole time. I mean, honestly, because one, I was getting burnt out and I was like, please don't go live because I'm not trying to deal with you right now. There's other stories out there. But, oh, God.
But again, with Max in this situation, it's a lot of LARPing versus actually getting things taken care of and done. Now, YouTube sting operations and, like, chasing people on the internet is not something that YouTube itself likes to endorse, unless, of course, there is an involvement of law enforcement agencies. Now, one of the most infamous people on the internet, Alex Rosen, who was basically responsible for the EDP-445 sting, was recently praised by the Houston Police Officers Union for helping getting rid of, like, actual predators.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Child predator has been cuffed and is headed to the station. Wow. Oh, and
The comments were hilarious.
the Houston
so.
Police Officer Union, well, okay then. All right. Huh.
On the internet, off of the streets. And that's because Alex works directly with law enforcement, and comparing him to, like, the EDP situation, he's grown and actually has arrests under their belt. So in this situation, obviously, if you're going to be doing this kind of content, you gotta be doing it 100% right. And in this situation with Max, he turned it into more of a LARP than actually trying to do right by children, and again, the people that came to him to get this situation resolved. The other thing I wanted to talk about, too, with this whole Max situation is, honestly, the whole idea of, like, hunting down people that are doing nefarious situations like this, and also putting in a bit of distrust in the law enforcement agencies is really weird to me. Look, I'm not going to say the law is perfect. Obviously, the law gets a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're somebody who's sitting on their ass and you want to be a keyboard warrior against some of the worst people in our society, then there are things you can do that tangibly helps law enforcement agencies. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to do right by the world, you got to work within the confines of the law.
Boom. You have to. You have to. And you know what? And just like he said, they do get a lot of things wrong. And we've said it here time and time again. How many times has the law failed people?
Yeah.
Almost
100%.
every time.
But the key is you've got to try first, because you never know. You might be that smaller percentage that they actually do something about. You got to at least try, you know?
Max, as far as my understanding is, he really goes after the vigilantism more than working with law enforcement because he believes that law enforcement, as far as my understanding, they get a lot of things wrong, and this is why people get to walk free. In reality, people walk free because investigations like this are so mishandled. When you work with law enforcement, if you ever talk to a law enforcement agent, you would realize that there are evidentiary rules. There are rules on how to investigate people. If you break any of these rules, a halfway decent defense lawyer can always get the scummiest person out of the chestnuts, legally speaking, which is why law enforcement takes time. They dot their I's, cross their T's, and after everything is said and done, they bring the hammer down, and that's why they have super high conviction ratings, because they're not going to waste taxpayer money or their own time chasing after a dud case. They're going to make sure everything works, so when it's time to go to court over this, when it's time to go over trials, they literally come out winning every time.
That way, yeah. So if they don't have enough, and listen, and it's not to say just because you don't have enough evidence, it doesn't mean it didn't happen to you. It's just, unfortunately, you don't have enough for them to get a possibility of a conviction.
Right. Yeah. They have to be able to say without a shadow of a doubt that it happened.
Exactly.
If there's not enough, there's not enough.
Yeah. And that's not saying that that's the fault of people or whatever, because sometimes you're in a situation where you couldn't get that evidence. You know what I'm saying? It depending on the situation, so...
Now, if you want to help law enforcement or the FBI, you can do things like r/trace an object. This is something that I've shown you before, and this is something where you can literally sit down in front of your computer and assist law enforcement agencies by looking at illegal posts that law enforcement agencies put to the internet. For instance, right here, when law enforcement agencies post things like this is actually from an illegal image, right? What law enforcement does in this situation is crops out all of the illegal things. What they do is they keep what they want you to identify. So if you're somebody who wants to assist an Australian investigation and you recognize what this bed frame is, some of you watching may recognize it. This is something you can immediately identify, relay this to the Australian police, and it will actually help them investigate and put somebody nefarious behind bars.
I never knew about that.
Yeah,
that's
did I.
interesting.
That is interesting.
That's very interesting. I didn't know anything about. I was like, they have that? I didn't know that. Huh? Watch, Bunny's gonna be on there tonight. Going.
That's what I was about to say. I know what I'm doing tonight.
I didn't know it was a
solve
thing.
some crimes.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing. I really didn't. I was like, what?
Same thing with this stuff. Like, this is a wall. They're asking you, do you recognize this wall, this room? Do you recognize this location just off this image? And they're basically banking on the vast majority of the internet coming together and somebody giving them a tangible tip. Now, to go back to this cult situation that Max failed to explain properly, one of the cult names, actually, when it came to this vampire werewolf situation, it seems like a lot of the information that has come out has painted this not to something as organized as, say, the Heaven's Gate cult or Shinrikyo. This is more similar to something like an ERP, an erotic role play, or you could say like a role playing group of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Between what's
That's what I was thinking it was. I was thinking that it's actually just really role play. They were just doing role play.
Yeah,
You can't convince me that 16-year-old thought it was real. Now, 12-year-old, sure. I'll think a 12-year-old might think it's real, but a 16-year-old?
Yeah, she's pretty dense, but
Yeah, the more I get to know her, the more I'm like, yeah, I can picture her believing in vampires at 16.
I don't think she did. I really don't think she did. I think she's playing like she did, but I don't think she did. I really don't. I don't think she thought it was real. Because you know what? She had to put those fake teeth in her mouth for that little video that she made her damn self, didn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying. Yeah, I said it. I'm coming out. Yeah. Believe me, I'm in line with Tommy.
It is silly.
I'm in line with Tommy about this. I really am. I've been hinting at it every live stream, and now I don't care. I do not care. Spencer, oh God, I can't wait. Oh, I want that call. I want that call.
seemed like at the time young adults. One of their only websites that I ended up finding was the Guild of Divinity, one of the item shops where they were selling like t-shirts which had some of these awful.
Bro, they had an item shop.
Oh no.
They
Those
had
drawings.
this t-shirt for $25. Look at this.
That's a beautiful moose.
Girl. Is that a moose?
I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
It's a malnourished reindeer.
That's what I was thinking that it was. What the hell? Okay, girl, come on.
That looks like
Terrible goddamn wolf designs onto it. But again, they also had YouTube channels, which, freedom speech, for instance, where they actually talked about, again, things like the Eon Order, the Guild of Divinity, and most importantly, ERP, which, again, as you all know, is erotic roleplay. And if you look at some of the actual comments, this is what YouTube should be interested in. If you're a law enforcement agent, you should absolutely get this account subpoenaed, because again, the actual account itself here talks about this is for anybody who wants to be a supernatural. Do you have anything for werewolves? Any spells? Nobby, we don't do goddamn spells. One of the comments is downright scary.
Look at this. We are looking for USA girls, mostly in Georgia. USA, contact me. Kick, and then the contact on Kick.
Oh my god.
Right there. It was right there on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Wow.
Where they're talking about, we are looking for USA girls, mostly in Georgia, USA. So again, these are accounts that need to be brought up, investigated, and looked at by law enforcement agencies, because there could actually be some serious evidence, I believe, hiding behind here that can cause some serious justice for anybody involved in the situation that feels that they've been wronged. One of the last things I wanted to cover too that really rubbed me the wrong way that I actually didn't mention in my previous video was one situation regarding Max's mega upload folder. Now, Max made numerous investigations where he actually covered numerous cases, and this error message that you're seeing apparently belongs to one of his mega folders. Now, Mega is a file sharing service, and what Max had used this for was placing his evidence in the servers for people to view underneath his video by looking into the description, from my understanding. Now, the error message here is this folder or file was reported to contain objectionable content, such as CSEM material, violent extremism, or bestiality. The link creator's account has been closed, and their full details, including IP, has been provided to the authorities. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is an incredibly alarming message, and it's one where I didn't want to speculate, I didn't want to waste time. I'd even confronted Max about this. Now, I asked Max, something alarming popped up, where Max said, "Hey Muta, the drive contained information and evidence pertaining to predators, some of which included videos, photos, where the predators appeared nude, which is why the drives were publicly available. Have you been keeping up with the servers? I've been jumping in and out, saw this, and it was alarming. I'm wondering if the legality is totally above board. This investigation dies if you store any possible illegal material on a private server. I know even if it's evidence, you submit the whole drive to the authorities in a physical format." And Max says, "We don't store anything anywhere. I told them I would not work with them if they did." And again, he asks if we could platform him on my channel or the Some Ordinary podcast. If the mega is taken down, what exactly did they say? Usually those bans are delivered as a result of a fingerprint match. And of course, Max says this mega pertains to previous videos. And there were multiple predators, like their nude photos of them, and videos of them as evidence for law enforcement. And the video he refers to me as is MamaMax's channel, mylol.apk. Now, the reason why this is a massive red flag to me is, as somebody that's covered situations like Trafficking Hub, I've explained to you guys time and time again how image platforms, video sharing platforms actually calculate illegal material on the internet. And it's not because there's somebody magical sitting behind a computer day in and day out looking through illegal material. It's not like there is a massive server somewhere where illegal images are stored in their original files. No, in most cases, illegal information is stored in hashes. Those hash files are then checked against other hashes of images, objects that you have on your local device or wherever you store online continuously.
I remember in the group chat, he was trying to type it out and I didn't understand it. And I was like, can you please explain it to me? Because I have no idea what you're talking about. And I think I might have been Chris that came behind me and go, yeah, I don't understand either. And he literally took the time and made a video just to explain what the hell he was talking about. Because I was like, a hash? What the hell is a hash? I know a hashtag.
So cool.
Yeah. He was really cool about explaining it. And honestly, after he explained it, I understood it a bit more. Now, I'm old, so I kind of forgot a little bit, but I do understand it more now than what I did when he first was saying this,
Yeah, so it's basically like an electronic signature that is like behind images and other things that like if something just scans and it pops up as something that is illegal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if a hash gets tripped, which there could be false positives, but generally there aren't if you read up on how YouTube CSAI match works or Microsoft's Photo DNA. Both incredibly well tools, both incredibly free to use, and both designed to assist law enforcement and websites to stop illegal material from ever being posted in the first place. They all check hashes, okay? Literally fingerprints within picture files. And it can be pretty difficult to actually take these things down. Think of it like advanced, super advanced content ID. So I decided to go to Mega's transparency and I wanted to see exactly how they identify objectionable content. So usually how it works is a bunch of individuals report individual links. So individuals like me and you who find something shady on their platform, they hit the report button and it goes right to Mega. Now in some cases, law enforcement agencies report, NGOs report, and the industry can report too. But as you can see, a vast majority, thousands of their actual reports are from actual users. Now, of course, when it comes to how they detect this, in fact, actually, the appeals are very interesting. When an account gets hit, they can appeal, but the appeals are so limited that I'm not joking. In certain quarters, they have literally allowed 0 appeals to go through. In fact, their highest appeals were 10 appeals, and this is obviously thousands of accounts being taken down. Very, very few accounts ever get reinstated, which I have met.
So in other words, they're real serious about it, and they're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? They're not just letting anybody appeal and get away with it.
Yeah, I remember something getting tripped. Or was it just in Discord? Like, you know how sometimes they'll just say, oh, this is actually contains nudity or whatever, we can't show this. It was actually just a picture of a blobfish, and because it's so disgusting and like fleshy looking, it just went, nah, this is sexual.
Oh God.
Like,
Oh my God.
yeah, it was like, no, it was a picture of a disgusting fish, but no worries. Yeah,
Okay. I mean, that's fine. We won't put the picture of the fish up anymore. Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Mentioned is most likely because of a possible false positive. Look, Max's explanation really hurts me a lot because for it to make sense, he would actually like have to have some of these illegal predators, you know, if they have illegal images from them stored. What I'm getting at is Max's like explanation here still rubs me the wrong way. Look, if you have, you know, somebody's like, you know, nude photo or whatever, it's not by itself going to trip any hash. The only reason a hash gets tripped is because it got ran against a known hash in the FBI database, NCMEC, or Interpol. In fact, I'll let Mega explain how this works.
Oh,
Interesting.
So it had to he had to have had something that
That's
has
been flagged
already
before.
that's been flagged before.
yeah.
Oh,
That's not good.
no.
Wow.
That's not good at all.
In 2022, Mega commenced a new process to download the content of public links that are reported to contain illegal content such as CSAM to a server controlled by the New Zealand government. Hashes are calculated for each downloaded file and then compared to hash sets provided by Interpol and NCMEC. Details of files that match the hashes of illegal content are then passed to Mega so the files can be removed from any account that has imported the file from the original public link. Those users are given a final warning and the accounts are closed for any users who have on-shared the illegal content. This process resulted in the closure of 642,000 accounts during the 6 months to the 30th of September 2023. So yeah, they've shut down a lot of accounts.
So what did he have there? That's the question. What did he have in there? That's a damn good question. What was it? Because it was obviously something very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been something pertaining to the cases, obviously, that is looked at before, like, you know, puppy stomp and like all that sort of stuff.
Maybe.
But him saying like nude photos of the
predators.
perpetrators,
Yeah.
of the actual predators. I'm like, why would
That
you
wouldn't.
keep
Yeah.
those?
Well,
Like,
yeah. Why would you? One, why would you keep those? But two, that's not what tripped them.
Yeah,
No.
it wouldn't be that.
No,
Yeah.
because that's probably not illegal for an
So
adult.
the question
image.
is, what did you have there that tripped them?
Mm.
That's that's why Mood is pissed
Interesting.
off about it. Going, what was really there?
Yeah. Seriously.
But in order for these flags to be tripped, you actually have to be matching against known files. So, who had those known files? And again, a mass majority of like the actual questionable material falls under CSAM. There are things that fall under violent extremism, but a lot of that has to do with actual illegal videos of mass shootings that have been striped from all social media platforms, except a very few that have just kept them up as a last defiant pitch against freedom of speech. But that's a whole different story. Max told me that he was not in charge of the drives. It was someone on my team who would distribute the evidence I documented.
You know, it's always somebody else, isn't it?
It is always somebody else. He
Yeah.
never takes full responsibility for anything.
But yet they're supposed to believe he's going to do the hard work when it's never
Yeah.
him doing anything.
No. Oh my god.
He's so frustrating. He's so frustrating.
Yep.
Holy crap.
I only linked the drives after everything was uploaded. So Max has said that somebody on his team was running those drives, and they were the people that were uploading this actual illegal content. So again, this borderlines on another issue that I have. When you're a YouTuber doing an investigation, you gotta do everything by the goddamn book. The fact that you even have people on your team that are getting law enforcement to investigate you over illegally acquired materials, which can land not you in jail, not just you, but ruin any case that you work on. Look, at the end of the day, the MamaMax situation has blown up to a level that nobody could have thought would happen. And Max is still working on a response, which I am down to see at any given moment. I know that while the bridge between us is burnt, the story that he's covering, at least to me, feels real. And it's one of those situations where seeing this situation blow up in the last 7 days in a very negative manner is just not okay. Look, there are...
I do agree with Muda. I think there are aspects of this story that is true. I I don't know what exactly because, again, I'm not working with them. I'm not talking to them, so I don't know. But I do believe something happened to somebody, okay? But I can't sit here and point my finger and go, that's what happened, that's what happened, that. Especially when somebody tells a story and their timeline is all over the place and they tell some outlandish shit that couldn't have happened, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what? Somebody's story may be true. That's why I have never let it come out of my mouth, nor have I thought it, that, you know what? I think Camden Gerard Davis is completely innocent. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't know. And anybody who's just saying that is being irresponsible.
Exactly. And for Mutahar to say that he thinks there is something very real about this, he's obviously spoken to some of the victims, he's gone into there and gotten their evidence privately. Like what we know publicly, it all looks like a sham, but there is some stuff in there that is like, you know, that should be looked into, because like if Mutahar says that it's very real, then he's got a lot more information than we have. So I've got to go by that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
There are real people that I believe have been hurt by this. And for that considering, I am giving my full support as much as I can, whether that be emotionally, whether that be helping them liaison with actual law enforcement agents or lawyers, and providing whatever form of financial, like, benefit that I can, reasonably provide. That's all that I can do. Look, at the end of the day, this situation should not have blown up the way that it did. And Max should have known from the beginning that if he was going to make claims, he should have substantiated them. And now in a situation where multiple people disavow, tons of information has been leaked, the NDA holds no water anymore, people's lives could potentially be in danger. The only way to rectify this is, again, like Max is doing, stay completely radio silent, and now actually work with law enforcement. And all I can hope is none of this case has been tainted. I know that it has been, but hopefully things can be salvaged and repaired. But ladies and gentlemen, this is, again, just to follow up on the Max situation. I wanted to cover a few pieces of, things that have been asked of me. And I also wanted to cover a few things that I didn't get to in my original video. Hopefully the next time I talk about the situation, it's in a very positive light. But yeah, this is me, Mutahar, and wild stuff, man.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
I mean...
That's sad.
It is sad. I hate to see friendship... Well, I don't know. I have a heart... I have a soft heart when I see friendships end, you know? Yeah. Especially when one party, I can see where they feel completely duped by the other, you know?
Yeah.
It's just really sad. But you know what? Muta is out there doing the good work. And I for one, appreciate what he is doing about it. And he's doing a hell of a lot more than Max ever said that he could do.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially offering up what he can, like, and even if it's like reasonably, like helping them monetarily, like that is beyond helpful, I believe, in any sort of YouTuber situation. So like he's really doing them a solid, isn't he?
I agree.
Yeah, because he really didn't have to offer that.
No,
100%.
There's one more thing that I've got to like speak about. I believe that FPS Diesel actually put out a tweet what about the whole Hotline Miami point. Like, you know how I was talking about that it goes by this aesthetic, like, or whatever. So like FPS Diesel goes the Hotline Miami aesthetic is just a visual pastiche, missing the point of the game. In the context of the game, the joy Jacket gets from hurting people is wrong. He does it because it feels good. In the meta narrative, this is how games make killing feel good and how we don't reflect on those consequences. What the player and Jacket do is not noble. It is the opposite of that. In the artistic context of Max's videos, he is doing good in his eyes, but with the understanding of the game, he'd be wrong. He's just like Jacket in a way. He tries to justify himself that he's doing good. So I guess you can say that he and Jacket are a lot alike, and that's not a good thing.
Wow.
And that's why Diesel is my friend.
Yeah. Because I was like thinking, like, what is the actual point of going along with that aesthetic? Like, what does it mean? And then him going into that, it makes a fair point, doesn't he? So.
Yeah, no, he really does. He really does. Diesel is a smart cookie. He's a very smart cookie. Pain in my butt, but he's a smart cookie. So, I don't know. That was Mutahar's video. I just found it really interesting that was said under that YouTube video. And basically pointing out, there was something in that file that was illegal. Like, like
Oh, yeah.
that's already been flagged, and I would love to know what was in there. And I don't think he's told
Yeah.
anybody what was in there.
Mm,
And I'm sure
Like him-
somebody clicked on it and seen it though.
oh yeah, and that's going to implicate them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
he's full on just saying, "Oh, somebody else put it in there. I don't know what it is." But like he's claiming that it's like adult photographs of new predators.
Yeah.
That would not trip anything. That's an adult photography. Like
Yeah.
that's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
It's in some okay. So in some parts the story is getting better, and in some parts the story is getting worse.
The more you look
Yeah.
into it, you're like, "Oh, what is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?"
Yes.
Ugh.
Oh my God, yes. All right. Well, any last thoughts about the video or anything?
Max don't know how
No.
nothing works. That's the conclusion I always seem to come to. Is how does he just not know how anything works?
I don't know, girl. That is the question of the. That's the question of 2024. Honestly, Max, how do you not know how anything works?
Anything.
Literally, and we're just in January. This kind of drama is more like August, September drama. No, we started the year off with this drama, which I mean, honestly, helped me because January is a really slow month. It helped us, it helped me, it helped every other YouTuber that went over this because
Yeah.
January
Yeah.
is usually super slow and we're bored to death. All right, it's been a ride though. It's been a ride. All right, well, I guess
Yeah.
take us out, Eva.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for the 48th episode of the broadcast. We will be doing a members stream on.
Yeah, this will be coming out after the member stream, so.
All right. Well, don't worry about
So
that.
I hope you enjoyed the member stream for all you members out there.
And if you're not yet a member, it's not too late to join to catch next month's. We're always having a good time on those streams. And
Yes.
also keep your eye out for our next videos coming up too. They're always popping out each week, and we look forward to having you in the chat and watching it with us. So yeah, have a good night. Say goodbye, ladies.
Goodbye, everybody. Oh, and don't forget to name us. We need a cult name. We
Yes.
need
Yeah.
a cult name, people. Now you
can't
let me
move
down.
forward without a
Exactly. We can't move forward. How are we going to have cult meetings if we don't have a name?
Yeah, put
Yeah.
it down below. Do it now.
Jesus. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
It's a malnourished reindeer.